Howdy, Possum Patty here. Happy July, happy 4th of July, happy Canada Day. I am working on my Scarborough Beach page that I started yesterday. Come on along. All right, well, before we get to this, let me show you what I've done already. I took that little watercolor sketch that I made at the beach, and I printed out a picture of the puffin rock sculpture that I made. I made this little rock pile, and to me it looked like a puffin, so that's what I'm calling it, yeah. And it started a trend, yes, because then I continued walking down the beach, and when I came back, there were several other piles of rocks all around this one. And you know, the Japanese call these artistically piled piles of rocks. Obos, O-B-O-S, yes. And they were all surrounding that. And so that's my little journaling card right there. And I was going to put it on this page somehow, but I thought instead of doing another pocket, well, here's a belly band and here's a pocket, that I would do another belly band because of this material that I got at the Dollar Tree on the way back from the beach. I wanted to use it. So I ripped a strip off and I took it over to the sewing machine, and I was just trying to do like a wave pattern with this orange thread, just some wavy lines on there. And I folded the fabric in kind of a little ruffle there. I'm going to trim off the end. That's going to be the first thing I do right there. I should use my fabric scissors. That would cut better, right? So I did pre-measure it. I thought I'd put it on this page over here, like this. And then I wanted to add some more decorations to that. And this is going to go in there, but it looks kind of lonely, so I might have to come back and add something else to that. Something else about the day, maybe another journaling card or something. But I'm not worrying about that now. I don't worry about anything really, but what I meant to say is I'm not thinking about that right now. No, right now I'm thinking about decorating this before I glue it on. And I got out my, let me move some things out of the way here. My little organizer. This is also from the Dollar Tree. These little wooden buttons, although there are some beads, some plastic buttons in here too. But I have all these fish, and I was thinking about just hand sewing some of these fish on here. Maybe I can get ones going in different directions. Are they all going the same way? Maybe they're all going the same way. Let's see. Okay, we'll do different colors. Let's see, we'll do purple and a yellow and a green and a blue. We could like turn them at angles at least. So, you know, they're not all looking exactly the same there. All right, I got a couple going up and one going down, one going straight, and another one going down. And I think that's probably a good variety of colors right there. Yeah. That's good. And I'm just going to sew these on by hand. I guess I could hot glue them on. But they are buttons, so they'll probably look good sewn on. I've got this thread. It's not embroidery floss. It's the kind of thread that the kids use to make those friendship bracelets with. So instead of 6 strands, it's just like twisted. So the Soggy Bottom Bunch went to the parade this morning. We live in a very small town and we have a very small parade, although there were a lot of big trucks there this year. Our parade is so small, we don't even have a band. I don't know why our high school band or middle school band or some kind of band doesn't march. I know I had this one facing up, but I put it too close to the top, so now he's got to face down. I'm just going to put a couple of stitches in there. What's behind the material is just some cardstock, plain white cardstock, because I thought the white edge would look nice. It's kind of easy to do it this way because I cut the cardstock. Oh, it's the morning double clock. Yeah, I know, busy day today. I cut the cardstock the size of the page, you know, and then I just have to fit the material to it. I guess you could just do a long strip and cut the strip to the size of the page, but I don't know, this seemed easier to me. Let's see if I can get the purple one to go up. Just going through twice and then putting a little knot, just one. Keep it tight so I can go down to the next one. Let's see. Trying to space them out a little bit. All right, we'll make this one. All right, we're changing up the pattern. We'll make this one go straight. Straight-ish. Okay, how am I doing here? Okay, so I got two more. I'm not spacing them perfectly. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm trying to get like one a little closer to this edge and one a little closer to the other edge. All right, it didn't take too long, just one more. Last one. All right, I'm going to tie this off. I made a double knot at the end, and I'm going to stick the needle through those stitchings right there. Turn that. Oh, how cute is that? Ah, I love it. Yes. That really adds so much to the page. All right, let me grab some glue. Okay, now I'm starting to get an idea. Now this is heavy. I'm going to put a lot of glue on here with all these buttons. Where's the middle? I didn't even look to see where the middle was. Is that the middle? Let me get a clip. Just going to put a clip on there. And a clip down here. All right, we're going to let that dry. Okay, here's my idea now. The other day, you might remember, Joe gave me all this wonderful vintage fabrics, and I made this beautiful little folded fabric pocket that I learned how to do from Janet Nash. Thank you, Janet. And I used it as a place to put in a journaling card. This is my little gnome journal. Well, what if I make something like this, some kind of folded fabric pocket for this journal, for this journaling card, and I can put it in there. I think that'll be super fun. Now, I have this. The pocket I make is going to have to be bigger than that pocket. But I have this piece, which is kind of big. So I'm sure I can fold it up into something that'll fit on this page. But you may remember that I did it double-sided. I did it double-sided because you fold over the flap. Now, I'm thinking that somewhere around here is more beach fabric because I put this fabric on the inside cover of this journal. And I also found the ribbons that go with this. So this ribbon goes with this fabric, and this ribbon really matches nicely with that page. And then I've got a coral color that I can put on these pages. Look at that with the shells. And then I've got this blue one with the seahorses, and that'll go really nice on the blue page. Look at that. Or you can mix and match them any way that you want. Yeah, so I took these out to remember to use them in the beach journal. And I looked up this pocket. But somewhere around here, I believe, is some more fabric. It might be down in the magical basement. So we're going to look for that later, or maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. It's been a long day. Parades and picnics and all of that. Yes, we got our grilling in just as it was starting to rain, so we ate inside. But I didn't get to grill our burgers today. I hope you had a lovely day if you're in the U.S. and celebrating the 4th of July. So I'm going to put this aside for now because I'm going to look for fabric before I go ahead and finish up this page. I don't think I need these on here anymore. They kind of get in the way. They're so big. All right, so crumbs, crumbs, crumbs for the next time. Oh, and I promised you that I would show you the special treasures that the fairies found down at the beach. So let's go do that. Well, over here in the Faye corner of the Possum Patty Art Studio, we have our 3 resident fairies. We have Ruthie Rose, Angela Rose, and Maggie Rose, who has a dragon. And this is their little workstation. Sometimes they're playing with journaling or stitching or rocks, but today they have some special treasures from the beach, and they went micro shelling. Now, if you go to the beach and you see like a large area of little tiny stones all washed up in one patch, if you look very, very, very closely, you will see the tiniest, tiniest of little shells. Now, the fairies are calling these fairy shells, I know, but I believe they're called micro shells, and they are so tiny, and there's all different kinds. You can see a pattern on that one, yes, and I think those are like tiny conch shells, and there's a tiny, tiny clam and a slipper shell, and I think that's a jingle shell, and back there is a mussel shell. And they're all different colors with different patterns. I know they're hard to see, they're so small, but there's a little pattern on that one there. And I brought over the ruler, and I used this one because it has millimeters on it, because these are so small that they're less than a centimeter. And some of them are only 6 or 7 millimeters. Yes, tiny, tiny, tiny. Tiny little shells. So this is their new collection that they're sorting through. And like I said, they're calling them the fairy shells. My brother taught me this when we were little, and he called it micro shelling, when you get down really close and find these tiniest, tiniest of shells. Oh, they also have some sea stones. There's a little quartz. Oh, and a sea glass too. Nice job, ladies. Wow, quite a variety here. Well, these little colorful ducks, they came from the parade today. Yeah, you know how they throw candy from the floats? Well, somebody was throwing these little tiny ducks. Well, I'm going to leave you to your sorting. Yes, they're very busy sorting out their shells. Oh, I see you've got a jar, got an empty jar. these are the stones from another beach over here. They're better than I am. Look, they even put a label on that. Yes. Okay, well, have fun with your shells. Look who just came in. Miss Stinky Winky Woos. Yes, she's a big girl. I have a little tiny TT and I have a great big Stinky. All right, so I was over at the shelf getting the fairy journal. Now the fairies asked if I would put a picture of their new fairy shells into the journal. I said, sure. I took it out. I gotta leave out the gnome journal because I gotta reproduce one of those little folded pockets after I find some more material. Now, if I can't find that other, starfish material or something that goes with this, I'll just find something and use it as the back and see if I can make that folded fabric pocket like Janet taught us to finish that page. Oh, and it is World Watercolor Month, and I know what I'm doing for the 4th of July picture. So I've got my watercolors out here. And got my patriotic gnomes over here. So again, happy July, happy 4th of July, happy junk journaling. Thanks for coming along today. Bye-bye. When in doubt, play dead. Life advice from an unexpected source. Screaming can be fun, as long as you don't make anyone else feel bad by doing it. Live, laugh, scream.